Car's running rough. Get black smoke out the back when I rev it hard. Poor MPG. Tick, 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 tick. Almost misfiring. Struggles. Or car wobbles. See the wobble. It's not even in gear. It's in neutral. Struggles. Sitting there. Should be getting 40 miles to the gallon at least. Losing oil. Going pup 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 pup. If I accelerate hard and drive and really give it beans, I get a huge plume of black smoke come out of the back. Like literally so much the driver behind has to slow down because they can't see where they're going. Can be used to my advantage in road rage situations. Right, made a few phone calls, spoke to Audi dealers. Idiots. Well, sorry, shouldn't have said that. Audi dealers said 580 quid plus VAT for each injector on my A4 3 litre TDI. End of the day, 580 quid on a car that's got 230,000 miles for one injector, and they're saying you should really replace all 6, which I do appreciate. I've seen it on the forums. Really, if you're going to bother with the time changing one, to change all 6. A few phone calls to one of my mates, bit of looking on the Audi forums. Looks to me like I'm better off having a go, replacing the seals, maybe even trying to get the injectors cleaned. I've got a mate who's got an ultrasonic cleaner, so I'm going to make a few more phone calls, see if I can get some seals. I need some copper and some rubber O-rings. I'm not a mechanic, but you know, with the power of the internet and mates, anything can be sorted, can it, without going to dealerships normally. But yeah, so going to make a few more phone calls, see if I can get some of these copper O-rings or copper seals and the rubber seals, see if we can get the injectors taken out. Apparently I need an injector puller, some other tools. I'm not going to be doing it myself. I'll get one of my mates who's a proper mechanic to do it. He's not an actual car mechanic, I suppose. He's an engineer, put it that way. He's not a mechanic. He's more used to working on aircraft. He's an aircraft engineer, I suppose. So that's what his actual job is. But yeah, basically going to make some more phone calls, see if I can get these parts today. From what I've heard, the little copper seals and stuff are going to cost a few quid. You know, maybe I suppose I might get done over by dealers if I maybe might pay something like a tenner per little copper washer, I suppose. But we'll find out. Even then, it ain't going to cost more than 100 quid. But yeah, much better than 580 quid per injector times 6. You know what I mean? Do the maths yourselves. All right, see you mate. Right, been to Audi dealership, Volkswagen dealership, got what else, I get different bits at different places because didn't all have them in stock. So, got rubber O-rings, should have hopefully at least 3. I'm going to do one side today because all this noise seems to be coming from the left bank, looking down away from the driver's seat, if that makes sense. So we've got part number WHT 000884, looks like that's the rubber O-rings. I think I've got 4 there at least. I've then got nuts. Apparently I should replace these nuts each time, little just normal nuts, as in nut and bolt, you know what I mean? Part number N904 46502. So that's a couple of nuts, got a rubber nut and nuts. Got more seals and nuts. Just did my best to get as much parts as I wanted. So I'm going to set this car down. I want to know getting it done. Did actually get a tensioning plate, but I don't think I actually need it. Another copper washer, or copper O-ring. Don't actually have a part number, does it? Don't know. Oh, there's loads of data on there. But that's what it is. 059130519, I guess. More copper O-rings. See then, they've actually got a shape in the middle, not just straight circular copper. 059130519. To be honest, can't exactly remember how much I spent on this. 40, 50, 60 quid ish. But got plenty of bits anyway. So, right, let's crack on. So, first thing, let's pop off these. They were on the tops of the injectors. You just pull these plastic bits up. There's other videos on the internet, you'll see how. Took off these fuel rails. Obviously those look like it's popped up right here. See them? And then we took off these little nuts. Then the metal plate spins, spun that, and you can see down in the engine. And he's going to do these.
So, same again, we'll clean these up.
I need to remember which way that plate goes on.
Like that.
So it goes on, so it's bent. So
that goes towards you, because you're clamping down on it.
Yep. How come it goes in one of the holes? I thought it went in the middle.
It does, here.
Oh right, so it doesn't
like
actually, yeah, it goes in the middle.
Like that.
So it's bent towards you.
Yeah, and the pipes go up like that.
But that injector looks dirty as hell.
It's filthy.
You can't see the ends. In the end, you're supposed to see holes. Can you see holes? So you've got to see 4 holes.
There's no washer there.
On the top. Where's the copper washer? The copper washer stays in there.
You need to get that out with the magnet. It's not a problem.
I can see it.
Yep.
Do you know what someone did? I saw on one of the forums. They got a screwdriver. They measured the end of this.
Yeah.
And they've got a screwdriver that was going in a flathead. And they pushed the flathead down, which went into the centre of the copper washer. And then they pulled the screwdriver up, which brought the washer out. You know what I mean?
I do.
So we've got injector 6 out. Called it 4 a minute ago. You can see down inside there, there's still the copper washer stuck. It's hard to see, and it's absolutely big down there. We're going to have to clean that out. Let's get a torch on this next view. So we found the copper washer, took it out of the injector seat, and it's absolutely ruined. So that was causing the air leakage, the pop, 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 pop noise.
Oh, yeah, don't we?
So we got injector 4 out.
Yeah, see this washer.
Hold on, that's the middle one. Sorry, that's 5.
5.
Sorry, we already got 6 out. This is 5. So 5, the copper washer stayed on it. The copper washer's complete. Got all you don't scratch the actual metal underneath. That injector looks like a fairly good nick. The carbon up at the end, you're not supposed to touch the end either, apparently.
No, you're not. Oh, it's time. Right, we'll deal with that in a minute.
Yeah, bad injector. Copper washer was absolutely fucked. Decent injector, copper washer's stuck on. So, undoing the 2 nuts with a magnet so you don't drop them. Because if you drop these, they'll go down inside the fucking engine and write the car off. There's 1 out. No.
I should clean it in a moment.
Put it in like that. Not going to bother recording that bit, it's just taking another one out exactly the same. So we've taken the serial numbers off of each injector. Just written them down, serial numbers on the bottom, take as many numbers as you want, just get something different to identify the 3. Obviously these are 4, 5 and 6 off our engine. 2 of the copper washers are still there, I'm going to take them off. This one's one that was blowing, this is the one that's creating the tap 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 noise. So we're going to clean them up first, and take the copper washers off. Stick them in ultrasonic cleaner, bad boy, apparently a Branson 351A, whatever that means. We're using easy cleaning metal and jewellery concentrate. Obviously, don't know, there's different ways of doing this. I think you can use deionized water or something. This stuff, add a cupful of sea clean double channel concentrate, 200 ml of warm tap water. So yeah, I'm going to stick the injectors in there, stick them in like upwards, the way they go into the engine, so the end of it is in the bottom. We don't want to get the electric bits into the water. Might be alright, but don't want to bother risking it, no point. It's all that needs cleaning, it's mainly the tips, mainly where the washers are going to go. We want to make sure where our rubber seal goes, in that little gap there, we want to make sure it's clean, otherwise the rubber seal won't do its job properly. We want to make sure the end of this is perfectly clean, the tips in the nozzles, and where the copper washer goes on the end. Obviously you can see on here there is a copper washer. Wish me luck.
Give it. Should we get 45 minutes?
Yeah. I'll pay for more water at the end of the day. I'd rather give them a go. Just get in there and have a look.
You won't see much.
Yeah, you will. I've seen it on YouTube videos. Yeah, the YouTube videos showed clouds of it coming off. These aren't as bad.
This is carbon, so it's a lot more.
One of the videos on YouTube, they were like literally, you know, like plumes of it coming off. And since we're doing shit all.
Well, I've taken the worst of it off.
They just stuck them in, just totally dirty, didn't wipe them down at all, nothing.
Yeah, that's what you get. You get the oil coming off first.
Yeah.
Whereas this is now working on the carbon.
That's why it needs so much time.
Yeah. So we'll give it 45 so it's done. If we need more, we'll give it more. Right, let us.
So now we've got new rubber seals, cleaned, new copper washers, all gone through the ultrasonic cleaner, and we're going to put them back in the same order they came out. So let's go, Craig. Right, really important bit now. We dropped one of the nuts down inside the engine. Yeah, managed to get it out of our trusty little magnet, thank God. You know these little nuts? So we've removed the injector again, had a bit of panic stations, decided after all this work it's time to stop, have a good cup of tea and just relax. Fatigue kicks in. At the end of the day you don't work as well when you're tired, so we decided we'd go tea and then go again. Right, put the injector back in. This time we decided out with Craig we're going to stick a bit of grease on top of our socket, yeah?
Yeah.
And we're going to then stick the nut onto the grease. So that, oh, which one's a new one? Yeah, yeah, it's not black. Yeah, I mean, think about that one. It's got to use new nuts, not the old black nuts, new silver ones. Little bit of grease, not grease, little bit stays there. Look at that, we've learned, Craig, we're clever. Can even wipe the extra grease off. A little bit of grease won't harm the engine. See? Just hand tight to start with.
Right.
And then 24 Nm, we think. What's this called? Torque wrench. That's it.
Oh, this only starts at 30. I might have another one actually.
Let's go 30.
30, yeah.
Will it matter?
Well, it's a little bit over, but it's okay. I was going to that.
Don't go all the way then. Can't you not quite do it? So yeah, a couple more things. We stuck rags in the holes that we're not got anything going on. Water bottle just lifts up easy. We haven't got a rag in that one, but we're not working over there at the minute. But yeah, we're not perfect. We're hoping it's going to go well. Just cover all these holes up, there's nothing fall in there. A little bit of grease on there, I can wipe that off. So obviously anything in here is going to get down into our rocket cover, whatever it's called. Torque wrench to 24. So don't do one of them all the way up to 24, then the other one. Just do gradually both of them until they're both pretty much 24. I guess it's, you don't want one to be looser than the other. You want it to sit straight.
Yeah, you don't want it to pull down unevenly.
Oh, you don't want to crush the copper whopper. Crush the copper. Oh my god. We don't want to crush the copper washer, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's pushing down so that the injection don't force up.
I don't want to get down it, see if that helps.
Down a bit. What you on now?
Because it was nearly 30.
What you on now?
About 25.
What's it going to do?
It doesn't, but I'm guessing roughly. I might check to see if I've got another torque actually.
Right, last injector's been put back in. Just literally got to put the 2 nuts on, there and there. Once again, putting a bit of grease on it. Stick the nut in the grease. Oh, you need the nut. Very good by talking on video. Wrong bag. Wrong bag. This bag.
Yeah. It's for Lucy, do you want to answer it?
Well, we're not there anymore. You've gone by now, aren't they?
Not Lucy.
Oh, it's ringing.
It's Lucy.
Yeah, by the time they've rung, though, it's come out and it's ringing.
Just ringing back, really. Right. Last one.
Last nut. It can't fall down because we've got grease on the end of the socket. Yeah. Tighten it a bit with a normal socket. Not too much. Holding it near the ends, near the start, so you don't over tighten it. In it, Craig. Put it on the orange handle, you put a lot more pressure for it, don't you?
Yeah. One of the studs is longer than the other, so one bottoms out first, so the torque is actually torqued on one side, if you know what I mean.
Alright.
So one runs down almost immediately, and the other one you're actually pulling down onto to get the tension.
What?
So the right hand side one
You'd think they're both...
runs down straight away.
That one?
Yeah. This one takes a lot more winding down.
What?
Just the way they've set it up, so you get the torque on the...
You think they'd both be equal?
It's so that you're pulling down on that plate.
It's going to feel like a lot more. It's got a small bar. If you had a big bar on that, that'd be nothing.
Okay.
Right. So it's just literally a case of just putting them load of nuts on.
Yeah.
Nothing will fall down inside the engine anymore. So we're past critical stage. Past stage of things could go disastrous, aren't we?
Yeah.
We haven't lost any injectors. You don't want to put these plugs back on yet, do you? It doesn't
No,
matter.
don't put them on yet because I'll not get the access. Right, let's just get these back in. Literally go straight into the hole of this.
There's no torque settings on them, is there? It's
I'll
just,
just nip them. There are any seals?
you don't want to squash the seal, do you?
Well, yeah, you do.
Well, I mean, you don't want to over squash it.
Oh, no.
You just want to squash it, but not
Don't get mad with them.
not ruin it. You don't want to end up going through the rubber seal and be metal on plastic or whatever. You want it to be metal to rubber, rubber to plastic or whatever it is. It's handy that one does both.
Fair, isn't it?
I can see it going down. Maybe do the other ones a bit before we tighten that one fully, yeah?
I won't tighten any of them until they're all down.
Get them all down first and then go back.
Yeah.
Feel like doing a car wheel. Burn a few calories doing this as well, Craig. It's one thing I've always got about people that go to the gym. Rather than go to the gym and then pay someone to do things for you, just work a bit harder and don't go to the gym. You know what I mean? Pay for window cleaner, pay for someone else. Well, go clean your own windows, clean your own car, clean your own house, go wash your bedroom up. You know what I mean? Rather than go to the gym, just put some effort into life. Still burning calories. I suppose if you want to build muscle, this isn't exactly a muscle building job, is it?
No.
That bracket at the bottom. I don't know about you, but I feel like this is enough to do in one day. You know what I mean? Yeah. To do both sides.
For me.
To do both sides in one day as not professional mechanics is just too much, isn't it? I feel like we're not as fresh as when we started this.
Oh no.
Got 2 more doing this side, no, all of them.
That's all of them, just going to nip the centres.
I feel like we're so close now, Greg. It's literally, this is like Christmas Eve now. You know what I mean? We are literally going to bed on Christmas Eve.
I'm not going to bed with you.
No.
Let's pull this ring back.
I'd go to bed with you, as long as it's a big enough bed and we had a girl each, and we could be at opposite ends of the bed, you know, something like 2 miles apart. You know, there's no limits on how big this bed is, mate. Right. Could be a 2 mile big bed. I'd be on one end of it, you'd be on the other. Can't see or hear each other. I'd be happy with that, can't smell your farts.
Be careful not to over talk these, because they're only little bolts. You could easily snap them or strip them.
Cross-thread it.
So, think about this logically.
So putting it all back together, putting the fuel pipes back on, make sure we put them back on the same order we took them off. In it, Craig.
Yeah.
I want to keep this as scientific as possible, so the only changes we've made to this engine is cleaning the injectors and replacing the seals. We haven't changed any other parts.
Oh shit.
What was that?
Oh, it's okay. I caught the plastic. This is a plastic shroud. I just caught the plastic, it's alright, it's okay.
But we didn't want to do another job at the same time, you know. It's like we serviced this car last week, didn't we? Changed the oil, the filter and everything. We didn't want to do that at the same time because we wouldn't know if it was that sorted the problem, you know. We want to do one thing at a time, don't we? And then we know if that is the thing that's causing the problem.
What's that?
Even though we know it was the injector that was blowing, it's all the state of the seal, don't we?
Right, next one is the one with the clips on, isn't it? Yeah.
We're upside down now.
No, it's the big pipe on top.
Yeah. It's getting exciting now.
Let's go that way. Yeah. So you should make sure that you've got engaged in the thing like that. Pipes in there.
Let's get out of the way. Leave you to it.
Okay. So we need to get that pipe work orientated.
Get that pop thing back on.
Before we do that, these, let's put these back.
I saw this went back on earlier than this.
No, that was the first thing we took off. It's this. Now then. I think goes like that. So one goes on there. Which side's which? That side's that side, that side, that side. Right, got it. So that goes there, that goes there. Oh, okay, okay. Like that. And this one, one goes there, and this one around the back. It's there. Okay.
Back as OEM, as Audi intended.
Like that. Where's that connected? That's
right. Everything's been put back together. All this got taken off so that we could get access to everything just for ease. Water bottle came forwards and that's get taken out. So, really, really scary. Moment of truth coming up. We're going to have to try and start this engine. Is she even going to start? Is it going to go tap, 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 tap? Come on, Craig. Are we ready for this? This is the big moment, isn't it? I think it is. Don't rev it. Because our injector's flying out.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, it won't start straight away. It'll turn overload, won't it, before I start it? Because I'll have to pump the fuel through them pipes, yeah? You ready?
Flat.
Nothing happening.
Flat in the battery.
Starting. No, that's rough. That's the engine. It's not going tap, 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 tap. Put the engine cover on as well. I'll pick that up, sorry. Wobble. It's not wobbling.
Is it not?
The whole engine sounds a bit noisier, but that might be just because of all the shit that's gone on, all the carb cleaning that's gone through it and stuff. What about black smoke? You ready for a rev?
It's still that smoky, but I'm not surprised by that. Remember, I've only done half it. We don't even know if them nozzles are unblocked or not. But
it just feels a lot better. It's not going tap, 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 tap.
Right.
It feels better than it has been in a long time.
It sounds smooth. Right.
Right, it's been quite a day. Changed the injector seals, cleaned the left-hand three. The car's not shaking as much anymore, if at all. Tap, 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 stopped. That was definitely that copper O-ring, bottom injector 6. Still got black smoke coming out the back. But the engine is sounding sweeter than it has done in a long, long time. Cheers for now. Right, it's the next day now. Car is sounding sweet. Still got a faulty injector by the sounds of it from VCDS, but the tapping was absolutely horrendous before, and it is almost 99.9% surely down to the fact that one of the little copper O-rings was actually, you know, incomplete. There was a big chunk missing out of it, so it wasn't a total circle, you know what I mean? So air was popping through and it was going pop, 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 pop. But yeah, hear it now. Sounds great.